Grassroots boxing development is actually what is needed if a country's boxing needs to be admirable. In Lagos State, we have the Lagos Boxing Hall of Fame, and what they do is they try to put together boxing competitions for amateur boxers with an aspiration that they can actually go international. Wale Edun is the chairman Lagos Boxing Hall of Fame. He joins us now to talk about grassroots boxing and the Lagos Governor's Belt. We're having the 80th edition on Boxing Day for the monthly and the 8th edition for the Lagos Governor's Belt. That's some, attention being given to grassroots boxing there. Wale, good to have you on the program.
Morning. Thank you very much, Austin. Celia Tayo.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Great to have you.
Let's start with the Lagos Governor's Belt. That's one competition that has really done well for amateur boxers in this country. What are we expecting this year?
Well, this year we have on the 26th, on Boxing Day, we have the 80th, as you say, the 80th edition of what is normally the Saturday monthly boxing show, 8th edition of the annual Governor's Belt. And it's an international event. We have boxers from Togo, we have boxers from Benin Republic, and we also have boxers from Ogun State competing for that Governor's Belt. The previous winners have been people like Olaide Fijabi, Joseph Otto, and they are now they're now the reigning attractions at the professional level. So we're very happy that we have sustained the effort of developing youth through amateur boxing. And in fact, not only have we helped a lot of young people to be off the streets, to have something they can be passionate about, to have a framework for giving them something to do outside of school, we've also been able to provide a professional living for some boxers who actually, they're not just keen on it, but they actually excel. And if you look at the professional ranks today, they are littered with the products of the Lagos Boxing Hall of Fame and the Lagos Amateur Boxing Association's cooperation.
Yeah, it seems you've achieved a lot, because the aim of setting up, the Boxing Hall of Fame at that time was actually to revive, boxing that was actually dying back then, like 2009. Now, it seems you guys have actually achieved that aim. Now, this year, what's going to be different? What are we expecting from this year's event on Monday?
Well, of course, we expect, as usual, that we'll have the governor there, which is always a delight to have and a big honor for the boxers. And interestingly enough, this year, we have the amateur boxing at 1 p.m. at Teslin Balogun Stadium, and shortly after we have professional boxing, and I must mention the professional boxing put on by GoTV, because we are a conveyor belt for the professionals. We're the academy for the professionals, so that previous champions and previous products of the Lagos Boxing Hall of Fame and the Lagos Amateur Boxing Association are now starring at the professional level. So we're going to have the special thing, I would say, on this Boxing Day is that we have amateur boxing in the afternoon, followed by professional boxing in the evening. And it's the relationship that's so important. GoTV is a big supporter of professional boxing, and of course they support amateur boxing, they support the Lagos Boxing Hall of Fame, and that's the way to do it. You need people who are enthusiastic, but you need companies who have the platform and who are willing to put their resources. Otherwise, you are left with asking government to do it all, and nowhere in the world is it something that government does. The parents are involved, the schools are involved, the enthusiasts are involved, and importantly, the companies are involved, and of course the media. Without the likes of Channels TV and Channel Sports helping us, we wouldn't be able to get out there and give the message, and also encourage other young people to take up amateur boxing or even any sport. Have something that you are keen about, that you get enthusiastic about, that takes you through your teenage years, your developmental years, and at the end of the day, it may also be something that earns you a good living. Professional sports, as we all know, is a big industry. The likes of Olaide Fijabi, Joseph Otto, they earn 1 million naira paydays. Wow. That's the kind of money they're earning now.
Fantastic.
And they started off as amateurs, keen amateurs, but they were good.
I like that. Particularly Tayo, the partnership you mentioned that they have with GoTV, because I've seen editions where Olaide Fijabi and Joseph Otto are actually the main features at that competition. I think 3 or 4 years ago, a lady won the governor's belt. We don't hear much about the ladies.
Well, yes, we have the likes of Nika Salami and co, and yes, the lady did win the governor's belt. We always feature at least 2 women boxers. On our normal boxing event, we have 9 contests. One of them is an exhibition of youngsters, and at least 2 of them are women. So, Cecilia, you'll be very happy to know that we do not neglect the women. Although I don't know what you think about women boxers, but at the amateur level, it's sport like any other sport. And I must emphasize, it's all about giving the youth a framework in which to express themselves, a platform on which to show what they can do. And we have to do that because we have a very young population. We have our teeming youth, and we really have to provide for them. And that's what we at Lagos Boxing Hall of Fame, in conjunction with Lagos Amateur Boxing Association, are keen to do. We like the fact that our products are now topping the bill at the professional level, but more importantly is we get these youngsters after school and at the weekend, and we give them a structure, a framework, a platform in which they can try and show what they can do.
Yeah, it's all about expressing themselves. And yeah, let's talk about some of the prospects that you want to tell us about for this year's edition. What are some of the names that we can, boxing fans out there, can look forward to watching?
As the likes of the names we've mentioned have gone on to the professional, of course youngsters are coming behind them. We have a hot prospect, Taiwo Abiodun. Okay. I personally think that with the right support, with the right coaching, he can go all the way and he can be a world champion if he so desires. And at the amateur level, it was unfortunate that they didn't take the lighter weights because he's a flyweight, probably moving on to bantamweight. They did not take the lighter weights to the Rio Olympics. Yeah. Otherwise, this is somebody that I believe could have excelled there. We have the likes of Dauda Aziz and so many other young boys and young girls, I would call them. And they're hot prospects. And the beauty of it is that as the experienced ones who have excelled, as they move on, we have youngsters coming behind them. And I must emphasize that it really is a team effort. The government of Lagos, the media like you, because every Saturday, it used to be Environmental Saturday, but I understand that is cancelled now. Every last Saturday of the month, the show goes on. And that consistency is what really allows you to build.